So I wanted to come by real quick and talk about RPJ, the original coon that first started the stalking. And it was just so absolutely disgusting. I remember it, and I want to go back down memory lane about this real quick because I remember that was when we were still living in Kansas, and I had no idea who any of those people were. I just know that that was when the gang stalking started, and RPJ was one of the original gang stalkers. That, by the way, for some reason, these particular gang stalkers, and I'm not speaking about black men who interracially date. I am personally of a personal opinion that you should date whoever you want. However, the gang stalkers fit the MO of, for some reason, they date outside of their race while at the same time they come to social media to try to terrorize melanated women. It's very bizarre. Um, so, any decent white woman or non black woman should not obviously deal with any of those men that are like that. I mean, I personally would want a man to, I mean, I don't know who wouldn't want a person to be with them for them, right? Let's talk about RPJ. Absolutely horrible, horrible person. Just a terrible, terrible person. Not a good bone in his body. And probably the reason why his legs were that now I'm not saying that he lost his because of what he did to me, but he did lose his legs, probably more than likely because he is a horrible person. Throughout the years, I've seen horrible things happen. Now, I want to talk about something with RPJ, and I suspect that he's passed away or either in prison because he was living in Florida. I never forget. And apparently, he had gotten arrested. By the way, my legs work great. He had gotten into a run in with the law and actually uh, ended up trying to fight with the police or something. You know what I'm saying? So obviously, this is a very mentally ill person. But what I want to point out is that eons ago, like this had to have been at least 10 years ago, because he was bragging about the fact that he was kind of living back and forth from America to Australia. So I'm sitting here chilling. Well, not sitting here chilling, but I was wherever I was at chilling. Uh, I can't even remember. But all I know is that all of a sudden he's online with this white woman's kids, right? Like he's like obviously dating this white woman, right? Hey, Stevan, hello. and, and so I am thoroughly convinced that RPJ is factually a PDF file. I think that most of them in that group are. And so you know, it's kind of obvious, but I remember some woman, it was a Caucasian woman, and she contacted me on Facebook from Australia. And she was very upset. She was very upset, not at me, but she was upset at RPJ. And she was telling me, she was like, and this is stuff that, has been since taken down from the internet. I mean, back then I definitely wouldn't have had it on this channel. But I do remember this lady from Australia contacting me, and the first thing that she said to me is that he is batshit crazy, is the first thing she said to me. She said he has been living with me, and every day, all day, every day, RPJ, which his name is Reginald P. Jones, all day long, she said that all he did all day long was downloaded videos of me and made videos to me. Not only that, she was stating that all day long, all he did was obsessed to her about me. She was very upset. By this time, she had broken up with him. I believe that from what I remember, because it's not documented, because it's been so long, but she was saying that his behavior became very erratic and he got violent with her. And so, of course, at that time, because all of it was going on, I actually interviewed her. And she was just like basically letting the YouTube community know, how crazy he was, and how she had to throw him out of her house because he basically, first of all, he did not work. Okay, so he didn't do anything except all day stalk me. By the way, there's no salary for stalking Jamila whatsoever. There is no salary, there is no money to be made unless it comes from maybe a few sources. Okay. But she said that was why she threw him out of the house, because all he did all day long was made videos to me, which to me is not content. I don't understand why these people think that they're putting up content. I believe that they are literally totally delusional and detached from reality. So, me and her talked a little bit and kind of kept in touch, and we lost contact with each other, but I wished her the best, because that's very scary. You have got, when people tell you who they are, you need to believe them. I don't know what this lady was thinking, hooking up with that dude from the beginning. If you are a woman and you see a man stalking someone on the internet stalking is a real thing. Just because it entertains people or it may appear to be interesting, it's still considered to be stalking. It's stalking now. It was stalking then, because I had repeatedly asked these people to leave me alone. And now we have someone trying to share his content, which I don't really care about her followers and her viewers. I just want to make sure that me and my family are safe where we are at, because we live in the same town. Um, and she's clearly not working with a full deck either, because this chick literally has been stalking, lying, slandering, just literally making up things off the top of her head so that she can make me look bad. Of course, she's a racist. A lot of the women that date men that fit the psychological profile of the males that are in the black sector are racist. It's just a fact. It's just the fact. They enjoy seeing these particular white women. They enjoy seeing black men attack a melanated woman that they are jealous of. They're okay with a black woman if they don't feel intimidated by her, or if they feel like, she's already down and out, or if they feel like she's nobody for them to envy. But if it's a black woman like myself that makes them feel some type of way about themselves, then they love it. They are absolutely all for it. And their crowd, hey Cartris, their crowd has actually gotten a lot smaller, but there's still certain people that have been there. My question is, what is the mental capacity and what is the mental illness of a person that can stay obsessed with one person? I'm talking about in hatred, and do the same thing over and over again for over 10 years. Over 10 years. What has to be wrong with you mentally? Do y'all think that because basically I do flag these people, and when I see them putting up my image, I do flag them, okay? uh do you think that apart from this lady sharing that psychopath's videos, RPJ's videos, that I was thinking about RPJ after all these years? No, I was not thinking about RPJ all these years, but she is, and RPJ hasn't even been around. Why would she be thinking about me all these years later? What is going on in her head that causes her to hold on to so much hatred and visceral? And I can tell you that it's definitely racism. It is. It's racism. And it's ugly. And it sucks because you know what? It's stupid. It makes no sense. Literally, I have never went up to any white woman and said, "Hey, you can't date my man." I've never done that. I'm going to tell a white woman, "Hey, stay away from my man if it's my man." But otherwise, I'm not going to care about that. That's not a concern of mine. And there are a lot of black women that do share their disdain for that. I am not one of them personally. I understand where those black women are coming from totally. But here's what I can tell you. What we all know is that it is usually the black men that nobody really wants. Now, I'm not saying that every interracial relationship is like that. I'm not saying that. Like, there's some white women that are married to good black men, and then vice versa. So I'm not saying that. I'm saying for these particular archetypes or prototypes of people, you know what I'm saying? I don't have anything to do with that. I don't have anything to do with that. In fact, I don't think the way these people think. And here's another thing that I've noticed in that sector. Throughout the years, if they see a black woman dating a white man or outside of her race, they accuse her of being a bed wench, which is such, first of all, it's not even the correct term. It's a slavery term. It is so disgusting. It is horrific to call any black person a bed wench, because we understand the grape and the degradation that went on during slavery, and that's what black women were called, that were like forced to service the master, the white slave master, sexually. These are things that in this lifetime my ears did not need to necessarily hear. I mean, we all know about it, but why do we have to come to social media and even hear it, especially when it's not a part of our content? I have never came on here and put up videos talking about slavery, even though I don't think it's anything wrong with it. For me, I made family vlogs. I had a very successful channel. And then I went on to spirituality. That's not something that I am concerned about. It's not a concern of mine. You know what I'm saying? However, I did come on here and I spoke out against infant grape. That's all I did. So we already know the MO of these people that we're dealing with. Here's what I still don't understand. I still don't understand what is wrong with the judicial system to where nothing has been done. Please understand that since 2013, I have filed a total of 500 reports against that black sector in at least one, two, three, four, five different counties in the United States of America, and nothing has been done thus far. Nothing. And they don't just come online to subjugate people. They are swatting people. They are terrorizing people. They are gang stalking people. And it really is a huge disappointment that when you look at our government, they are not addressing the gang stalkers. Why isn't our president addressing the gang stalkers? Why? Why isn't gang stalking being acknowledged? Period. Why? When it's right out in our faces, we can see it. Anyway, back to what I was talking about. I don't have no dog in that fight over fighting with anybody over a black man. I have never done that. Now, again, if it's my man and I'm in love with a man, and me and any heifer gonna have an issue. And if I decide to walk away from that man because he's he whoring around, but other than that, that's my personal life. What does that have to do with YouTube? And then also bear in mind that these are black men that are online bullying women with biracial children. So we all know that the racism and the hatred is there. My youngest child was bullied simply because he's biracial. Rumors were made up, lies were told about my son's father. My son's father is an American. My son's father lives in America. He's a donor, right? It is and what type of person, because I'm gonna tell you where these guys got this information from. They got it from my trying to conceive videos. So there was not a black sector video, there was not a roast video. These are black men that were on the internet watching me talk about trying to conceive. I was bullied and I was harassed during that time uh because I had a pregnancy loss, right? I had a pregnancy loss. I suffered that. It was really horrific. Anybody that has ever had a pregnancy loss knows how painful that is. It was very painful. And then not only that, I had to break up with the father. Um, and I wanted to immediately get pregnant. What is wrong with our society when a woman who is single and conceiving, there's many, 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 plenty of single women that are conceiving children by themselves. Why do men feel that they have the right to come and judge that woman? So basically, I was placed under judgment while already healing from having a miscarriage, losing my baby, being devastated by it, being absolutely devastated by having a miscarriage. To have these black men on the internet trying to stand in judgment of me, a person that during that time, yes, I was a vlogger during that time, but I was also working full time to support my family. Why do they think that it is okay for them to do that? And to continue to try to destroy me socially, mentally, spiritually, physically. My child is now 12 years old. For them to follow me around the internet, posting my first and last name, making up lies and rumors, thinking that they have an automatic win because this chick that I fell out with, well, they don't think they have an automatic win. They wish. They thought it was going to be a no-brainer, a easy peasy, but they found out that it's not. uh that doesn't mean that it's an automatic win because you have a person that is upset with a person for unfriending them, that is making up and collaborating lies about them. Newsflash, hun. Okay. So, for me, I've grown a lot. It's been well over 10 years since then. Okay. Back in 2015 was when I started this channel. And, this channel was definitely a hit. These people sat around for years, that of which they have to pay for. My whole thing about it is that I believe in justice. I believe in justice. And yes, I do believe in karma. Do I believe that RPJ losing his legs was karma for what he did to me? Yep, I do. I know for a fact. And here's another thing, I know for a fact that karma is a dish best served cold. And every single person who had a hand in harassing me on the internet will get that karma, and it is unavoidable. And it's nothing that they can do about it. Nothing, for everything that they did. I mean, honestly, for a little while, I was looking for a job and I realized that because of them, like, well, that was actually years ago that I began to have trouble finding a job because of all of the rumors in social media that they had started about me. So this is one of the reasons why I adamantly defend myself and deny the rumors, because employers look at social media. They look at your reputation in social media. I've had revenge porn dropped against me. Yeah. So, but it's okay. I have my own business. I'm good. My business is doing great. It's growing back again. It's nothing that those people can do about it. It's nothing that they can do to stop me. And if I wanted a job, I could get one. You know what I'm saying? I'm actually planning on getting my real estate license again, but that probably won't be until the summer. My whole point that I'm making about the situation is this. When I wanted to say this, when I come on here and I wish death on those people, is what I want to talk about. They deserve it. They deserve it. They deserve it. They deserve pain. They deserve suffering. They deserve loss. They deserve sickness. They deserve everything. If you are ruthless enough to literally just target a person, pick a person, so that you can try to pick them apart and ruin their lives, ruin their reputation, harass them, follow them around, terrorize them, set them up to be raped, set them up to have revenge porn dropped on them so that they are trafficked in social media while trying to lie consistently, trying to justify it by making up a lie about me, which is clearly a lie. If you are the type of person with the capability to do that to an innocent person, a person that you know is innocent, you deserve death. Somebody like that doesn't need to exist You are a horrible person that doesn't deserve any happiness, any peace. And those people will not have any peace until there is justice. Now, I'm not saying that, honestly, the whole thing with how things went in Georgia, that's not their work. That's not their call. The gang stalkers were not able to do that. That was a separate issue. I know how to separate issues. Sometimes you have to be able to separate things, okay? However, the continued harassment is where the problem lies. It's been continuous and ongoing. And anybody that is investing in that, anybody that is condoning that, you're under fire. Because you can sit over there and you can lie to yourself and you can say, oh, she's a horrible person that doesn't educate her kids and listen to those incels over there in that sector. But at the end of the day, I never deserved any of that. And you're going to suffer for attacking people. You have to. If there was no justice in this world, we wouldn't have a world. If people were able to just get away with stuff like that, I won't let you get away with it. You know what? Every single day I talk to the gods. Okay. I'm a polytheist. I talk to the gods. You know what? I tell the gods what you do. See, that's how you talk to God. When you have a problem like that, you can't just assume that God knows. You have to talk to God and say, hey, this person did this to me. This person did that to me. Now, of course, the gods already know what's going on. Everything that they do gets reported to the gods. And the decision has already been made. The judgment has already been made. It has. It has already been made. And RPJ, he was back during the times when I was falsely accused of stalking this wannabe rapper. This was when I realized the sickness of of people in this world, literally. I spoke to the dude on Messenger for maybe a few weeks. Didn't like his vibe, really. Did not like his vibe. Did not like his group called Ratchetville. I did not like it. I was not trying to be in a group of people fighting over him. I was not. And I quit talking to him. There was literally no communication really to begin with, except for a few words spoken via Messenger. And then I got accused of calling his phone back to back. I even showed phone records back then. Come to find out, that was back when people could literally, I think people still can clone your number. All of this, I guess I'm supposed to suffer for what someone else did, right? And then you got people that's playing it in the background. Whoever was cloning my number did that purposely to, start this crap. Or maybe it never was. Maybe there never was any phone calls. All I know is that I proved it with my phone bill that there was no calls that went out. In fact, and so when I began, honestly, I didn't even really become that interested in him until all of the accusations were being made. And I literally just wanted to talk to him. You know what I'm saying? And I liked him at first. You know what I'm saying? I really did like him. But then when the stalking accusation came up, and I was like, what are you talking to? And I asked him one day, I tried to call him, and he was literally, because he was on drugs, okay? I said, hey, I wanted to talk to you because me and you both know I have not contacted you. I said, me and you both know we have not spoken. And you know that I have not called your phone. So I don't know if my number was being cloned or if he really got, I think he lied. I think it was all a lie. Because since then, uh, I was accused of emailing his mother, and I never did. Never emailed her, and there was never. These people just say things without any proof. There was never any email confirmation. There was never anything. You know what I'm saying? And you can tell where emails are coming from. And even just recently last year, these people tried to attempt to talk to me and I refused to talk to them. I don't want to ever speak to any of those people again. You literally lied on me and caused all these problems, and I'm supposed to be cool with you? No, I'm not. I'm not that type of person. I'm not. You cause me those kind of problems and we need to just not acknowledge each other's existence ever again, right? But I just brought that up because of the whole RPJ thing was back during that time. And it was really, really crazy because at the time, I was still breastfeeding my then 1 year old. I have videos of him. We were still in Kansas. My child was like 1 years old. I was literally laying there breastfeeding my child, about to fall asleep. And I get this funny feeling. And I look on my cell phone and I see that somebody is no, I don't think did I have a cell phone back then? I think I did, but it was either my cell phone or my laptop. And I looked up and it was an entire show being done about me. And I hadn't said anything to anybody or called anybody. So then, okay, I had spoken to those people. So then, of course, when somebody does that, you're going to reach out and you're going to say, hey, what are you talking about? This was after I had purchased this person's products. I had, of course, after that, I threw every product away. Literally, I spent over $100 on these products that I wasn't even fully happy with. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't, especially after the rumors I had heard about how the products were being produced, which was at a unsterile at home lab that was not sterile, uh, and not even a lab, somebody's kitchen. Okay, which a lot of people make products like that, but it just, from what I heard, I was turned off. I had purchased a reading from this person. I had purchased products from this person. Next thing I knew, this person is live on YouTube claiming that I'm stalking her son. And then that's when RPJ came in. And literally, if I could go back, and I actually can, okay, I actually can. And when you run into a train wreck like that, because that was nothing but a train wreck, it was literally like the worst luck in the world to run into people that are disgusting like that, that lie like that. You can actually go back in time and make it so that it never so that you never talk to those people, because all I did was said hi, added some people as friends on Facebook, literally at home doing my family thing, not thinking about those people the next, because I don't think about people that don't matter to me. If you're not my child, that's just like last night. I went live and spoke about what I spoke about. I literally was thinking about my children all night long. Thinking about my daughter in particular. That's who matters to me. So, and going back and making it so that, because it's almost like, to me, the way that I look at the whole situation is like a glitch in like in it's almost like a ripple or a tear in time and space. Like, this should have never happened to me. Like, this could not possibly be happening. I had a toddler at home, and these people would go live every single day harassing me. Not only that, calling CPS. There was a prostitute over in California who, I had no idea who she was. I knew where she came from, which is that group of people. I would never forget, years ago, this very angry prostitute. I had never done anything to her. She came online and said, "I'm going to have your children taken away from you." Like, so that was when I was in Kansas, and Kansas CPS wasn't playing those games. You know what I'm saying? A lot of these agencies, they know, when people are, stalking people. No, it wasn't her. It wasn't Tina. It was actually Raven Masterson. But she's one of them. And the energy is so toxic. Like, I'm talking about super duper concentrated and condensed hatred, and just absolutely craziness. Like, honestly, I got so sick of Tina that I don't even acknowledge her anymore. Like, I don't it, honestly, it was so unpleasant. And just having this person, because she was a part of making up the lie and the rumor about Tiffany. um I just don't even acknowledge her anymore, because it just is absolutely disgusting. Absolutely disgusting individual. And she's a racist too. uh yeah. So, but and my question is, why would it still be going on? And why are these people in chat rooms, these people that are supposed to have credibility, spiritual credibility, why are you people trying to attack me, of all people? Do you not realize that from the beginning and out the gates, you were wrong for what you did? Do you not realize that? Like, I believe that they do realize it. They just don't care. You know what I'm saying? So, anyway, as long as it goes on, their karma just builds up and builds up and builds up and builds up, and they can't avoid it. They can't avoid it. They can't. It's ridiculous. Okay. And it's not actually a part of my real life, so I don't trip on it. But I think that I don't think, I know that it needs to stop. And since the police or the FBI have done nothing about it thus far, it looks like spiritual justice is going to have to prevail, because it is now 2000, well, back in 2025. my family was being contacted by these people. And that's unacceptable behavior. Nobody on the internet, for any reason, has any right to be contacting people's families. And that's something that they've been doing for years as well. And it is disgusting, silly, mentally ill behavior to do that. So RPJ lost his legs. I wonder what all those other people are prepared to lose, because they will lose. I'm not arrogant. I'm not cocky. I'm just saying what I know. You know why I can say that? You know why I can honestly say that those people are going to get their karma? Because I'm innocent of all wrongdoing. A person that's innocent doesn't have to, well, and let's face it, I've done a lot of work. I would absolutely, refuse to allow people like that to take me down or to hurt me and my loved ones. It's never going to happen. Okay. I can promise everybody that I am 1,000,000% innocent of trafficking a 13-year-old. That and you know what? The fact that they would make it such a sensitive topic like that is a mockery. It's a mocking of actual victims, which is what they did to me. Funny how they lie, which is a mockery of actual sexual assault victims. But then they also sexually assaulted me. Isn't that funny? Isn't that funny? It's not like they think it's the truth. They don't think it's the truth. They know it's a lie. That's crazy when you know that you're lying, but you are so corrupt that you do not have the scruples to just admit when you've lied about something. You know what I mean? That I mean, I have never seen that. I've never witnessed that next level of sociopathy in my life. But you are a sociopath. If you are able to continuously lie on a person and you do it, well, we don't know if they have a straight face while doing it. But if you're able to maintain a lie that long, I don't know if you don't have a soul or what is wrong with you. Something is wrong with a person that is actually able to do that. So, and these people don't have a right to be in my social media doing what they're doing. And all I see is the silver lining for me. And I don't see nothing good coming to any of those people. Nothing. Okay. Even if they stop, even if they were to stop the stalking and harassment, they still would need to tell the truth in order to get out of the judgment that they're going to eventually get. You have to tell the truth. You owe it to victims of sex trafficking. You owe it to rape victims. You owe it to the world to admit that you're lying. If you can't admit that you're lying, or that you lied on me, you don't have no prayer. You don't have no prayer. You don't have no hope. Because there's not even a chance that anything that they stated is the truth. It's not even, it's literally not based on any stretch of the imagination of the truth. It's not, you know, and it just, it is what it is. Racism is a very ugly thing. Very ugly thing. I would have never imagined in a million years that I would go through that, especially being that, uh, uh, you know, I have always been the type of person that I'm not even a confrontational type of person. That, you know, that's just not what I just, I don't do those types of things. You know what I mean? I don't get down like that. I've always been a homebody. I've always been the type of person that, you know, just was very chill person. I've never, you know, been that type of person. Those cookies are done. And that ice cream is really, really good. It's not too hard. It's, yeah, sea salt caramel. It's got little chocolate bits in it too. Anyway, guys, we're getting ready to eat dessert. So I will see y'all later. Okay. You know, and those people are going to continue, just to FYI, those people are going to continue to suffer. You cannot tell me that any of those people are actually happy in their real lives with what they've been doing. Here, sweetie. Here, Jacob. You sweet? I got some ice cream for you. You don't want your ice cream and cookies? You sleeping, ain't you? Here. Sorry, it is late. It's like 12 o'clock, but you know, we usually stay up late, real late on the weekend. So, anywho, all right, y'all. Y'all have a good night. I hope y'all enjoy the rest of y'all weekend. And because, you know, I don't know, I enjoy every day of the week. Just FYI, I enjoy every day of the week. I enjoy my weekends. I enjoy my life, regardless to what these people do. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, and I don't think about it. I'm just not that type of person that is obsessive compulsive, you know, especially once I do some work on something. If I talk to God about it, do my work, you know, I don't have to think about it anymore. It's not anything I have to think about. But I thought I would come on here and acknowledge RPJ, who has had nothing but horrific bad luck in his life ever since he decided to do that. And I'm happy to hear that he got his karma. Okay. And I can't wait to hear that the rest of them have gotten theirs. All right, y'all. Y'all have a good one. To the rest of y'all, y'all have a good evening. Okay. Blessings to y'all. Bye bye.